March 1912. Guilford Law turned 14, the night the world changed. It was the watershed of historical time, the night that divided all that followed from everything that went before. But before it was any of that, it was only his birthday. Gilbert's family lived in a modest Boston townhouse. His father was a typesetter in the city. His grandfather, who lived in the upstairs room next to the attic stairs, had fought in the Civil War with the 13th Massachusetts. In March of 1912, Guilford looks to the sky as it shimmers with a wall of light. "It's like the aurora," his mother said, her voice hushed and uncertain. It was an aurora that shimmered like a curtain in a slow wind and cast subtle shadows over the whitewashed fence and the winter-brown garden. It was as soundless as Halley's Comet had been 2 years ago. From Berlin, Paris, London, all the capitals of Europe, the rippling light enclosed the entire span of the sky. Hundreds of thousands of spectators gathered in the streets, sleepless under the cold efflorescence. Reports flooded into New York until 14 minutes before midnight. At 11:46 p.m. Eastern Time, the transatlantic cable fell suddenly and inexplicably silent. Darwinia by Robert Charles Wilson, 1998. A novel of a very different 20th century. For in that moment, Europe of 1912 was gone. It was replaced with an alien landscape, a landscape that would come to be known as Darwinia. Welcome to Vintage SF. I'm Richard Rempel. That summary deals with just the prologue from 1912 in Darwinia. There are 4 other books, as they're called. Book 1 jumps forward to the spring and summer of 1920. Guilford Law is then 8 years older, 22. Book 2 takes us to winter and spring of 1920 to 21. And then another big time jump. Book 3 is July of 1945. And the last book? Book 4 from autumn of 1965. Guilford Law marries and has a child. He is a photographer by trade, and he is hired to be on an expedition into this continent of Darwinia. There are many, many dangers involved, and people are still trying to understand what has happened, something that is unexplainable. Or is it? Some of the terrific artwork for the covers of this book show you Darwinia and that expedition. But that is only in the first portion of this novel. Things get weird, even cosmic, in this story. It is not only an expedition into the heart of Europe, this Darwinia, not the heart of darkness like Joseph Conrad, but it is a survival of a character who, in the alternate world, may have died in World War I. Guilford Law has dreams of that other reality. How can these 2 Europes exist at once? The first 2 books of Darwinia are about this expedition, and there's some marvelous cover art depicting the journey. But it is misleading in some ways. This is how the novel starts and establishes the weirdness of Darwinia. But we go on into those other time frames, 1945 and 1965, and we also go into a level of cosmic weirdness. It's a bit of a mashup in some ways of a traditional Victorian expedition into the jungles, a story of a man seeking to survive, to get back to his wife and child. What happens in prolonged separation? Can the characters reconcile that which seems to be in their dreams with that which is their reality? And ultimately, what is this reality of Darwinia? Now, I've really enjoyed the last 2 novels I read by Robert Charles Wilson. A Bridge of Years from 1991, a time travel tale, a tale of a portal taking you back to another age. And Spin from 2005, winner of the Hugo Award for Best Novel. Both are recommended, but how does this one, Darwinia, rank with those? I found Darwinia's concepts and ideas fascinating. I couldn't quite buy into the character, though. I wanted to care deeply for Guilford Law and really feel this separation from his family and the developments that happen due to that separation. It felt slightly cold to me. And the mashup of genres did work plot-wise, but it just didn't feel authentic to me. Now, it sounds like I'm being a bit harsh here. I do want to say I enjoyed reading this novel. I actually read it as a buddy read with my friend Andrea from Infinite Text. Both she and I read it slowly over a couple of weeks, and it was hard to maintain the momentum with these characters. Perhaps that was because of our pace of reading. So in my rating, just understand that it did take a while to finish this book. That being said, I don't think it's a bad rating though. It's a 7.5 out of 10. I'm really enjoying reading Robert Charles Wilson and plan to read some more this year. So how about you? Have you read Darwinia? Do the concepts that I have explained make it interesting to you? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep reading.